Señoras y señores, ¿cómo están? How are you? This is Beto Rodriguez again with a new vlog. Okay, let me start real quick with some things about last week. Uh, let's see, not past Sunday, but the Sunday before that, we performed with my show group, also called Fusión Latina. We performed at Breathe Festival, which is really great, guys. We had a lot of fun. So I want to thank their organization for inviting us there. That's the same organization as Salsa Breeze. It's because we actually had a great time. So if you missed out on that guy, so don't miss out on next year, okay? Let's see what else. This past weekend, also, we had to perform at Latin Duketown Presents Salsa Mambo Night, and that was at a new venue, which I actually liked it more than the original venue. So I told the promoter, their organization. I told them that I actually like this venue better, so I will keep that one. So let's see. That was a great party. So I really recommend that for you guys to go to that party. It happens every 2 to 3 months. What else? Speaking about performing and more parties, this Friday, the 8th of July, we have my own party, okay, which is called Magia Latina in Nijmegen with two areas, salsa y bachata, with some DJs, like five DJs. Okay, you can see that here, but or maybe not, in a really beautiful venue. Check it out right here. Yes, but it would be better if you go to Facebook and look us up as Magia Latina or Google Plus Magia Latina as well. All right, that's Friday. Saturday, I have to DJ at Villa Bailar in Apeldoorn. Okay, here people say Villa Bailar, but in Spanish is Villa Bailar. Okay, so I'm gonna stick to the Spanish version. Yes, I'm gonna be the DJ at the salsa and bachata area, and it's gonna be also a kizomba area with another very known DJ. So check that out. All right, enough promotion for now. So you know what to do this party this weekend, and for next year, don't miss out on Breeze Festival. Okay, so what I wanted to talk to you guys about is about the evolution of the salsa scene, specifically again the Dutch salsa scene. Because when we go back to 2001, 2002, 2003, okay, the Latin scene was still very small. And what uh, what was more common, if we're gonna start with parties, is there were a lot of small parties. Okay, and those were parties at the back room of a bar or a cafe, you know, nice and small parties. You pay €5. There was just one DJ playing everything: salsa, bachata, merengue, and even reggaeton when it was a reggaeton time. You know, reggaeton was kind of popular in the salsa scene as well for a while. There were not many big parties. I remember that when we organized parties in 2001, 2002, and 3 at a beautiful location called Triavium in Nijmegen. Those were that was one of the first big parties around here, around the area of Nijmegen and Arnhem. Okay, and we're talking about like 300, 350 people back then, which was actually pretty big for back then because the salsa scene was small. But because of the venue, okay, being bigger and nice and accessible for everyone, people actually appreciate it. And it wasn't that expensive either, because I think we charged like, what was it, like €7.50, something like that, and maybe less. One time it was more because we actually had a live band performing. But yeah, so but then salsa got real popular. It grew, the popularity grew too fast for the scene itself. The amount of people in the scene wasn't big enough. So what happened is that everyone wanted to teach, everyone started organizing parties, so there became more and more of those small parties. So it wasn't that professional like the party we organized in some other in other parts of the Netherlands starting doing as well. Okay, so that was actually how, like to say that the salsa scene was cheap at the beginning. So later, we have to stop organizing those parties because too many parties. Okay, because of too many parties every weekend. You could go out dancing, and it wasn't that actually the party was great or whatever, but it was just too much. All right, so we had to stop doing that because it wasn't worth it anymore. So after a couple of years later, I remember that the scene started to get more professional again with bigger parties. Watch out, bigger doesn't necessarily mean better, but for example, like Salsa Casa Loca in Utrecht, okay, those that was one of the first parties that actually started organizing things more professionally with bigger venues, nicer venues, two to three DJs, like 4 to 5 shows, and stuff like that. So people reacted really well to it because again it was also something new. Okay, so what I wanna actually what I want us, like a whole community, the Latin community, salsa community, to be aware of is that if we want the scene to be more professional, okay, we as the audience who goes to those kind of parties must be aware that we cannot be that cheap anymore. Okay, bigger venues, nicer venues, bigger lineup, or whatever, it also means that we have to pay more for those kind of parties. So you cannot expect, guys, that if we go to such a party, that we are gonna pay less than €10, okay? Because that wouldn't be that wouldn't be accurate for or representative for the organizers, okay, to organize such a party. Okay, we have to be more professional if we want to have bigger or better parties. Okay, that's talking about the perspective of the audience. Now to talk about the perspective of the artist and the organizer themselves, guys, we also have to be aware that we have to stop being cheap. Okay, because those parties grow, the more those parties grow, doesn't mean that we have to be cheap or cheaper just to be able to play at those kind of parties. Okay, just to be able to get your name on the flyer of that party. Okay, so I don't want to sound negative, but I just want us to be aware that if we want the salsa community, salsa scene, or Latin scene to be more professional, we have to start thinking differently. Okay, so let me start as a promoter as well. If you're a promoter, and you're gonna organize a party with 2, 3, 4, 5 DJs or whatever, you have to be able to pay them. Okay, and artists like DJs and performers, you have to be aware that you don't need to go down on your fee. Okay, you have to stay professional as well. Of course, you can do some kind of deals. like I do. For example, if I have to play with another DJ, I charge a different fee than when I have to play alone the whole night. All right. So those kind of deals, of course, you can do that, but don't go down on your fee just to be able to play at those kind of parties, guys. Okay. If you're aware that you deliver quality, whether it's DJ or performer, like in a show group, then you have to stand behind that idea. Okay. Then you have to be as professional as well and say, okay, this is my fee. We can do some kind of deal. I'm gonna go down on my price, but that's it. All right. So it's everyone have to be aware that we have to be more professional. Okay. All right. So, oops, I pressed the pause play right there, guys, and I got a message. So, yeah. Right. So let me know what you think about that, about the Latin scene becoming more professional, and that we have to be, more aware of what that means, the changes that it takes. Okay. Thank you guys for watching again, and I hope to see you soon, whether on the dance floor or me behind the decks playing for you. All right. Bye bye.